So right off the start, once again, units will be going to mineral fields at the station and explore some of the new map. Please note that while command centers are building, unlike in the Zerg, you cannot make additional SCVs. Firebats will begin on the production, and the first strike team will begin to be created. As we can see in our allies' bases, the Terran form of a rush squad is being formed, consisting of medics, firebats, and marines. In all three bases, the story is exactly the same, except for the Zerg, in which case they have chosen the defensive strategy of producing multiple hydralisks. Now then, the Comstat station, it's definitely something you will want to make a note of. You can use the scanner sweep detector to select a random point in the map and find out if there is in fact any enemies there. As we can see, I have just discovered a Zerg enemy with multiple hydralisks and 4 sunken colonies. I know that it will probably not be a good idea to attack from air or ground, as I do have hydralisks that can destroy my planes and sunken colonies for my ground units. So we will wait for our orange ally, who was beginning his first rush, to go and find out for himself what big mistake he's about to make. Flashing back to our units, as it is very critical at this moment to make our second firebats and medics. So it will be split into 3 groups. One group, and one group, each consisting of 4 marines, 2 firebats, and 1 medic. Each one of these groups takes approximately 4 to 5 minutes to build, depending on how many bunkers, and will usually provide a good enough punch to stop an enemy from keeping him in his base. As we can see here, our orange allies were no match for the Zerg's Zergling Hydralisk defense plan and have fallen. So back in our area, supply depots will go back up, and groups will eventually be created. Turning back to orange, we will reveal a little more of what they do. So using the Comstat station once again, we can see that they do in fact have many drones. However, there is no real defense behind these sunken colonies. But they will prove to be enough for our orange allies, as all that are left are the medics, which do have no attack of all, as their last marine falls. And the sunken colonies will take care of those marines which try to repair themselves but are unsuccessful. So we now turn to our own base, where we will make 4 supply depots to provide this next step. With our medics and firebats on their ways, there's really not much we can do at this point. Unfortunately, my rush strategy is not a good one, but when it eventually is constructed, it is pretty good. After this next supply depot, an engineering bay will be constructed right here to begin our Goliaths. So, the groups will now be formed. So, 4 marines, 2 firebats, and 1 medic will make up 1 group. 4 marines, 2 firebats, and a medic make up the second group. And the same would be said for the third group. 4 marines, 2 firebats, and a medic. And in each one of these groups, we have a substantial fighting force. So, I believe now is the time to get these groups on the move. Starting with Group 3, we're going to invest this other Zerg base. First, we will use the Comstat station to reveal what their forces and numbers are. As we can see, there's a massive Hydralisks buildup, which seems perfect for what our opportunity arises. So, we'll move our units to right outside their door. While they are gone, we will take our SCV and begin production of a factory behind our lines. While keeping with the battle plan, we will once again refill these bunkers as we are not now defenseless. Never, and I repeat, never lose track of this Comsat station, as it will be invaluable throughout the game. So, as our units will group on their doorstep, we can see that already we are spotting some Zerglings. So a scanner sweep will reveal that they are trying to make a second expansion and have a adequate defense to that second expansion. Unfortunately, I have a destination that must be reached, and they are in my way. So, with all biological units being able to be repaired by our medics, we will now begin the attack. And there goes the beginning of the attack. But not to be soaked up in battle, we must move back to our base and see that our marines have been completed, moving them up into their respective areas. With the factory also completed, the armory becomes available. The armory will give us access to our Goliath upgrades. So, using these two in that reserve bunker, we will now go back to our battle. As you can see, it has not fared well for us. The Hydralisks were very defended. However, I received help from Orange in the form of 3 Marines and 2 Firebats. One of the Marines is dead. However, as you can see here, we do actually have enough to form one group, which I will do now. And also, to stop their creep from expanding, I will destroy their building. Ooh, silly Zergling. Get that Overlord to deny them units. And they will try to keep sending Zerglings at me. However, I'm not sure how effective that will be, as their hatchery is destroyed, as well as their eggs. So I will kill my units, but not before giving a quick scan sweep to see what I'm up against. No units except for some Zerglings, which are easily taken care of. However, the 3 sunken colonies will provide a very big annoyment. Back to our base, we see that those groups have been completed. So, the Goliath upgrade is also available. So these next groups will consist of 4 Marines, 1 Medic, 2 Firebats, and 1 Goliath. So restocking these first 2 to make sure there are no holes in our defensive network. Now, as we can see, our next group will have not that many biological units, so the need for the medics is slightly reduced. However, checking in